Hey, good morning. Michael Unbroken here from Think Unbroken, and we help trauma survivors become the hero of their own story. Today is my first day out in over 10 days. I've been locked down on having COVID, so I've been in quarantine in my apartment by myself, miserable. So first and foremost, since it is Thanksgiving, I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone and to have an immense amount of gratitude for being able to even have this conversation with you today, because the truth is, as we know, COVID has killed a lot of people, and I'm thankful for my health. I'm thankful for the people who have tried to take care of me. I'm thankful for, all the people who've reached out to me. I'm thankful for the doctors and for the medicine and for all the things. Luckily, my COVID was not as bad as many people's, but man, it messed me up for a few days. And that brings me to what I want to talk to you about. One of the really interesting things about being a trauma survivor is often we don't take care of ourselves when we're sick, when we're hurt, when we're injured. And the reason why is because when we were young, when we were children, no one took care of us. Like, that's the truth. Now, on the occasion, maybe if it was bad enough, you broke your ankle, you walked on it for 5 days, mom would finally take you to the hospital. But for the most part, that's not true. When you were sick, when you needed help, when you were alone, what you had to do was fend for yourself. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I would have tried to fend for myself over the course of not only getting COVID, but the last 10 days, the last 10 years of my life, I would not be here talking to you right now. Like, there's a 0% chance. And so I want you to think about this as we head into this day about thankfulness, this day about coming together as a community to celebrate. And look, yes, I understand that even today, like, Thanksgiving is a very controversial holiday, and I understand why. But I think that the more important thing that we can do is take ownership of what we want it to mean, what we want our day to mean, what we want our life to mean every single day. And I want to ask you if today can be a day where you can just simply look at your life through the scope of gratitude and say, man, I'm really grateful for what I do have. Like, I want you to think about this right now. If you're watching this video, if you're watching this on a cell phone, you have it better than 99.9% of people on planet Earth. And look, it's not a comparison thing. It's just a literal fact thing. And you're complaining all the time. What are you complaining about? Like, I get it. Yes, trust me. Oh my God. Like, I want you to don't get lost in the message here. I get it. It's hard. Life is hard. There's days we wake up, we don't want to do this. There's days we wake up and we feel like the world is against us. There's days we wake up, the only thing we want to do is go back to bed. But can you find something to be grateful for today? Can you find something today to be thankful for? That's actually not even about you. That's about your life. That's about the people in it. That's about all the other things. See, we get caught up in this idea that we don't have enough. And I get it. I've thought all the time about that. I'm like, I want more, I want more, I want more. And sometimes not defining more has left me in this place where even if I got it, I don't even know what I would do with it. And so now I think about more as, can I have more community, more connection, more impact, more love? And so I have a tremendous amount of gratitude for every one of you watching this right now, every one of you who have gone through all the most terrible things in the world to be here today. And I'm thankful for you because, my mission is to end generational trauma in my lifetime. I can't do that by myself. Like, I literally can't do that without you. My mission is to spread education. My mission is to help people become the hero of their own story. I'm not in this for any other reason than that, There's no money in it. In fact, running Think Unbroken costs a tremendous amount of money. There's no fame in it. Like, I don't want to be famous. There's long sleepless nights. There's pushing myself to the brink. There's doing everything in my power to make it so that there's a world where children don't have to have the same story that you and I have. And I'm thankful that you're here with me to help me tell that story, to shift that narrative and to empower people. And so today, as you're going about your life, as you're stepping into the day, instead of not looking at not having enough, it might be a double negative. Instead of not looking at not having enough, sure, that sounds fine. I want you to instead find something to be grateful for. Like, have gratitude, be thankful for the fact that you live in a world where you get to watch this, where you've made it out of your home. You're not a child anymore. Your past does not have to be your future. I say it all the time, though trauma may be our foundation, it is not our future. But if you don't want that future, you're gonna have to do some work. It's gonna be difficult, right? We know this, we talk about it all the time. And so today, step into this moment of gratitude, this moment of thankfulness, and have appreciation for what you do have. Like, I'm so happy to be alive right now. And trust me, COVID's not the worst thing that ever happened to me. I'm gonna be very clear about that. I think COVID was an interesting time to have some self-reflection, but it's not like the worst thing that ever happened. The worst thing that ever happened hasn't happened yet. The worst thing that could ever happen is you die. And until that moment, we got to keep living. And until that moment, you have to keep being grateful. And until that moment, you have to keep showing up for your life, because if you don't, no one else is going to. I mean, I'm taking the first walk I've been able to take in over 10 days. Like, that's crazy to me, right? And I'm so grateful. It's freezing cold outside right now. And I'm super grateful I get to be doing this. And I'm grateful for you watching. And I'm thankful for the opportunity that we have right now to change the world, starting today and starting with ourselves. Like, in you have the power, you have the ability to be unbroken, right? But it's a choice that we make. See, people think that they can do one or two things and suddenly their life's going to be different. But I'm going to promise you this right now. This process of healing, this process of becoming the hero of your own story, is doing it day in and day out, every single day. Showing up no matter what. Loving no matter what. And with that love, doing it without expectation. And receiving it without expectation, which, I've been talking about a lot, which is probably more difficult than anything. And so that said, can you love without expectation? Like, it's not a requirement. You are worthy already. You deserve it already, just because you're here, because you're in this moment right now. And so I'm going to leave you with this as we head into the day. Now, you have a choice to make all day. You're going to be around the table. There's going to be people complaining. We already know Uncle Bob never shuts up. He's always complaining. It's the stocks, it's the president, the turkey's cold, the gravy's cold. It's always something with Uncle Bob, right? It's always something with somebody. Somebody's always complaining. This is your life. You don't have to complain. You don't have to be a person who is woe is me. You don't have to be about the negativity. You can simply acknowledge it and say, thanks, Uncle Bob, enjoy. I'm grateful we get to have this together, And it's not even about the food, it's about the moment, it's about being alive together, Start your day with gratitude, start your day with positivity, and your life will be different, I promise you. Even right now, I'm walking a very long walk to one of my favorite coffee shops that happens to be open today. Like, I'm so stoked about that. And getting to go in there this morning, having not had coffee in a while, having not been able to walk for a while, is such an amazing experience that I get to have this morning, sharing this conversation with you. I had plans to go volunteer, but something tells me probably shouldn't. My body is in rough shape, so again, trauma survivors, we gotta take care of ourselves. So I'm gonna see it out. I'll probably just go do it anyway. Now, guys, go have an amazing day. Remember, you are worthy of love. Doesn't require anything. You don't have to do anything. You're worthy of hope. You're worthy of trust. You're worthy of all the things to be unbroken. And ultimately, my friends, you are unbroken. And I love you, and I'm proud of you. And if you need more resources, just go to thinkunbroken.com. There's plenty there, because you are not alone. All right, my friends, have an amazing day. And until next time, be unbroken. I'll see ya.